Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. And so today we got another banger. Like every video is a banger. Okay, I'm back in the bathroom. Only have a room in my house with a door. It's either mine and my brother's room, but he's in there, or the bathroom. So yeah, deal with it. And I wish we sat here talking about wrestling for half an hour straight. So if that appeals to you, subscribe and check out those videos to come over the next couple of days. But today we're here with some baseball talk, and so let's get to it. Now, we're switching back to the National League, and over the past couple of days, I've been making projections, I projected how good the Marlins were going to do. I talked about a Trevor Bauer could go to the Angels. I talked about one piece that the National would need to win the World Series. Go check out all of those videos that I've gone over the past couple of days. But today, we're switching it up, okay? So back in the National League, yesterday we did the White Sox. Banger video, I really like that one. That one did like a lot of research, and I've been researching all day for different videos that's gonna be coming out. So I want to just sit back and chill, no, just talking. Cause this is why I started, just to sit back, chill, talk about the best sport on the planet. So I get into it. So today we're talking about the Colorado Rockies. And I want to say there's controversy with the Rockies, but there's a lot of issues. Let's say that. Okay, so the Rockies started in 1993 along with the Marlins, okay? They are in Denver, in Coors Field. And this is where the issues start. Coors Field. Was it 93 years? No, not 93. 93. 13, 8, 28th. They're going into their 28th season. Wait. Yeah, their 28th season. I can't believe it's almost been 30 years of Rockies in Colorado. But 28 going into their 28th season in the 2021 season. And they've only had one MVP, Larry Walker, in 1997. And one more series appearance in 2007 where they got swept. And just very mediocre players. You had Troy Tulowitzki, who is super good but always got injured. You have Nolan Arenado, 8 straight consecutive Gold Glove. He's looking super good. You have Chuck Nasty, Charlie Morton. No, I totally messed that up. Charlie Blackmon. And he just rates. You've had, like I mentioned, Larry Walker, one MVP, current Hall of Famer, and Todd Helton. But on that list, there's no pitchers. And so let's get into the first reason. It's the pitchers. There's never been a Cy Young in Coors Field on the Rockies' history. And I think I won't say impossible, but Kyle Freeland had looked good. Antonio Sensatella looked good. There's been some players on the Rockies that have looked decent, but nowhere near Cy Young caliber, and that's because of Coors Field and the Coors effect. Real quick, the Coors effect is because Denver, Colorado, in the mountains, like 1,000 miles or something like that above a mile or something above sea level, which means the air isn't as the air is thinner, which causes when you hit the ball goes further and the ball goes faster in a quicker distance. Also, we'll get to that in a second. Players' ERA or earned run averages go up because if they throw the ball, right? So you're already throwing it at, I don't know, what's say average speed, just 95 miles per hour. So you're throwing it at 95. And the batter hits the ball. In a normal park, it might, I don't know, let's say Wrigley Field. Even their disadvantages, we'll get into all that in a second. So, normally, it's just not going to get out as fast, and the outfield can make a play on it. Problem with Coors Field are, 1, the outfield is way too big, and 2, the ball just flies out there way too fast, so the ERAs are higher. Now to Coors Field itself, the big outfields. There are, I don't know if you can call it advantage, but there's different spots at different ballparks that help you when you hit home run. Wrigley Field had that gigantic gust of wind. If you hit it opposite field, huge gust of wind. It's super windy in Chicago. Blew the ball straight out of the stadium, but you have to get that one high enough for the wind to affect it. In Houston, at Minute Maid Park, you have the Crawford boxes, which make it way easier to hit it into the stand, into the Crawford boxes, and that's a home run. But if you go to somewhere like Boston, who you have the big green wall, rarely home run can hit over that, and they just ricochet off the wall. There's also in San Francisco at Oracle Park, former AT&T Park, they literally have a play called Triples Alley, because you hit the ball and it just, like, the wall is slanted, I think, and it just careens away from the outfielders, and you get a triple from it. Also, Comerica Park in Detroit, that's a very pitcher-friendly, but someplace like Yankee Stadium with the short porch out in left, I believe. That's a hitter's ballpark. Also, Crawford's Corner in Tropicana Field for the Rays. They had that there because when Carl Crawford would there, he would make all these great catches. So they lowered the wall to like 8 feet so he could make more plays. I don't even know how the league allowed that, to make more jumping catches. Once he left and went to the Red Sox, no one was making Carl Crawford plays, so it was easy home runs. So yeah, that's sort of what we're talking about. And so Corey gives a huge advantage to the hitters, but not to the pitchers. And this brings something else up. Why do you always hear people complain about Corey, but no one hears about high ERAs in Yankee Stadium or high ERAs in, well, not really Tropicana. It's only like one section of the ballpark, not the entire atmosphere itself. And then, so we talked about the pitchers and how there's never been a Cy Young. Another thing that's wrong with the Rockies is the controversy when it comes to the Hall of Fame voting. So we're going to discuss this. Ray Walker, the first Rocky to get into the Hall of Fame, but it took him 10 years. I mean, he also put on the Expos and the Cardinals. So, but you have better stats at Coors than out of Coors. Every player does. It just benefits the Rockies. That's why they made OPS Plus, which averages out for ballparks and eras and all sorts of stuff like that. But Ray Walker, with the first Rocky, it took him 10 years. Now Todd Helton is on the ballot. Is it going to take him 10 years too? People call it using the Coors effect against Todd Helton. They're probably going to use that against Nolan Arenado as well. Against Charlie Blackmon. I don't even know. Could you consider Charlie Blackmon a Hall of Famer? Maybe, if he continued to play good. But, yeah. So it's really hurting the Rocky players when they retire and go into Hall of Fame. Another issue is the playoff success or lack thereof. Last playoff appearance was 2018, I believe. They we don't talk about that. They were 2 games 163s. I love how I say we're not talking about that, but I'm discussing it. 2 game 163s, and with the Brewers and Cubs, the winner of the game won the division. The other one was in a wild card. And then it was Dodgers and Rockies. Dodgers and Brewers won. They played each other. Cubs and Rockies played each other in the wildcard game. The Rockies beat the Cubs. And then the Rockies lost to the Brewers. Or the Dodgers? I checked that at the Cubs lost to the Rockies. I was super mad. But as I mentioned, they had that one World Series appearance in 2007. And that's it. I mean, very minimal playoff success. And you would think someone that had a ballpark, half of 162, 81, 12, 16, 81, who you put 81 games there, you think it would benefit you more to have a better record and to just launch home runs. I don't know if there's ever been a home run derby or an all-star game at Coors Field, but man, that'd be so much fun. But you really think that they would have better opposition. Now, if you have replaced the Dodgers, the 2021 or any team Dodgers actually, any Dodgers team, not Team Dodgers, with the current Rockies roster and put them in Coors Field, they have a field day. Bellinger with 50 bombs, Betts with 55, Matt Smith with 40, Will Smith, Josh Peterson, they'd be launching them. Maybe the home run derby on a daily basis. I mean, Clayton Kershaw might even have 5 home runs. I don't even know. But, that wasn't an exaggeration. But, yeah, I mean, you also have to give it to the talent. I mean, they haven't had that much good of talent. I mean, who do they have now? Daniel Murphy, Ryan McMahon, they released, not released, David Dahl walked in free agency to the Rangers. One more their last big sign. They extended Nolan on a contract, and they've been trying to trade him ever since. They signed that with him November, December of 2018. There were trade talks with him in 19, trade talks in 20. When are they going to start trying to trade the guy you just signed to a 245 8-year extension? Jesus Christ, Colorado. But, I mean, outside of that, I mean, Walker, Harrelton, Arenado, Blackman, and who else can you name? Trubisky. But that's all I got. I'm trying to think, who would there? DJ Mayhew technically was a Rocky, but I mean, his success is more. He really broke the mold, I guess you could say, at just being only good in chorus. But he's been hitting good ballparks all his career. Like when he went on the Cubs, you have that huge wind gust I was talking about, and the altitude in chorus, and the short porch in Yankee Stadium. So if he goes somewhere like Comerica Park, that'd be a nightmare for him. But if he signed with the Tigers, why would the Tigers sign him? But that'd be interesting as well. So the reason I wanted to talk about this is because we should relocate the Colorado Rockies. I know, Rocky fans, I'm super sorry, but we need to relocate them. For what it solves a lot of problems. And back to the free agent thing, the reason you haven't been able to sign up any free agent pitchers, for one, that's where they go to die. No one wants to pitch in Coors Field. Their ERA go up, no Cy Young, no All-Star pitcher appearances, no. So if you relocate, you're going to be able to sign pitchers because, like, offense sell tickets and defense win championships. You really need that pitching. And you're going to be able to attract more stars to your franchise. Also, that might help with your playoff appearances. The better pitchers you get, instead of throwing Herman Marquez and Jake McGee, Wade Davis, Brian Shaw, throwing them out there, you actually sign some good players. So you'll be able to sign pitchers. That would lead to more playoff success, and there's so many markets that I guess could use a baseball team. Let's bring one to Portland. I'd be happy for a Portland team. Let's bring one to I'm thinking through the states in my head. Indiana. Should we get Indiana a baseball team? Kansas, Kentucky. Ooh, we give a Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Missouri, North Carolina. We want like Charlotte. I mean, Charlotte has a football team. Charlotte has a basketball team. Should we give Charlotte a baseball team? That would be real interesting. New York, Jersey, 2 Pennsylvania teams already. No, Rhode Island. R, S, T, U, E, W. I mean, would you give Wisconsin a second one? It's just interesting, but Indiana, I think, would be interesting. I mean, I know there's baseball stadium built because, like, Buffalo. Would you give Buffalo a permanent baseball team? I mean, the Blue Jays had to play that because they're not allowed to play in Canada because of the virus. So could you put, like, once all this get done, and then they're talking about tearing down the Rogers Center and building the Blue Jays a new stadium. So once they do that, tear down the Rogers Center, build the Blue Jays a new stadium, and then move the Rockies to Buffalo. So, I mean, would that even work geographically? But it wouldn't even matter geographically, because like in basketball, you have like the Memphis Grizzlies in the West and the Pelicans in the West as well, even though they're nowhere near the West Coast. But just something to think about. And what was I gonna say? But yeah, this makes sense for why this would help the Rockies, or whatever their new name would be. And it would also help with Hall of Fame voting. So that way you wouldn't be like, when Nolan Arenado retires, you're like, well, he did play in chorus for half of his entire career, but then you're like, we take out that, put on a level playing field, even though they have all these sabermetric stats to already make it easier for the voters, but they don't care. And just make it real simple. Put them in Indiana, Kentucky, Charlotte, North Carolina. But because, I mean, I don't see them giving Canada another team. It'd be crazy if they gave Mexico a team. Like, nothing against it, because you want to, like, diverse it, but the travel and stuff. They talked about putting a team in London. I definitely don't see that. But, so, in conclusion, they should move the Rockies from Colorado to, A, get more free agents to sign there, especially pitcher, settle debate on when players retire for voting, and not have the cause effect used against them, which could be the third one, not cause effect. Gives it an even playing field for opponents and the team, and obviously lead the playoffs this time? Maybe. But, let me know if you agree with this. We'll be back tomorrow with more videos. We'll see you guys in another video. Turn off flashlight.
Okay, I turned flashlight off.
Just like in baseball, 3 strikes, I'm out.